Back speaking with Pete Harold this morning from Rumble Resources. Pete, morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Look, announcing last week, Pete, this well-supported $7 million institutional placement. Continued support here from existing strategic investor Bain Resources. Tell us more.
Yeah, so this is the Indian contracting group that came onto the register a couple of months ago. We've been talking to them since they made their initial investment, and they were keen to keep supporting us. And so between them and their associates, they put about another $1.6 million into the placement. And then we got from the US, we got a big hedge fund, a gold fund, to come in for just under $2 million investment. So that was fantastic as well. So look, no, really, really pleased with the support. MST Access and Canaccord did a great job.
And so a decent chunk of the cash, Pete, will go into Western Queen. What's the latest there?
Yeah, so we've got a drill rig arriving next week, and we're due to kick off in the drilling in sort of 7 to 10 days' time. We're just mobilising all of our geos and field crew and so on. So we've got two rigs turning up, an RC rig and also a diamond rig. And the plan is to drill around it, well, up to 20,000 metres in this program that's kicking off before Christmas. So we'll drill right up until about the 20th, and then the guys will have a break for a couple of weeks and then come back in the new year. And we've basically got 5 areas that we're targeting. I mean, obviously there's the depth extension, plunge extension down below Western Queen South. There's the area between Western Queen South and Central that we call Princess, which is very under-drilled. And there's obviously around the Western Queen Central, and then there's around Duke, and then there's another area to the south where there's some pretty good hits as well that we'll follow up too. So, we've got a pretty extensive program planned. It was originally 12,000 metres. We've upped it to 20,000. It's a big program, and as you know, we've got an analogy between our geology and what Spartan have got at Never Never, and now they've kept increasing their resource. They've got a wonderful ore body there. I mean, it's nearly 1.8 million ounces now at 8 grams. Incredible. So, and our Western Queen South, the geology there is identical to Never Never. So that's a really good analogy. So that's something that we obviously want to test, and this drilling program hopefully will go a long way to doing that.
And you see some scope for open pit mining at Western Queen South.
Absolutely. So while we're doing the drilling in parallel, we're also talking to contractors, and we're getting close. We hope to cutting a deal with the preferred contractor, which would be an open pit mining operation at Western Queen South to start off with, and maybe 1 or 2 satellite pits as well on some of the smaller ore bodies. The idea there would be for them to mine it, and then we find a range of tolling arrangement with either the Ramelius down at Checkers or Westgold up at Tuckabianna, about 120 k's by road away from whichever of those 2 mills. So great opportunity to get into early cash flow. And if everything goes according to plan, because we're on granted mining leases and we believe all the permits we need to restart again, the timetable can be quite short. So from the time we press the button, we think it's around about 6 months to actually get into first ore and cash flow.
And any news, Pete, on Irahidi?
Yeah, well, we're obviously still finalising the metallurgy. It's been a long time coming, but it's nearly done. The last of the lock cycle tests have been completed, as I understand it, just getting the assay results. And we're absolutely committed to getting those results out before the AGM, so that we've got something to talk about there to shareholders. It's been long awaited. It's been a little bit frustrating, but it's a big program. There's over 2 tonnes of sample, and the laboratories have been very busy with a lot of study work. And so, and as you know, it's an iterative process. So the last few tests, we could have left them off and gone without them, but we chatted with our metallurgical consultant, and it was deemed best that we finish them off. So for completeness, so that should all be done and dusted. Hopefully we get that out in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, great to see you, Pete. Thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot, Andrew. Brilliant.